Hello, sisters and brothers. Welcome to this beautiful chapter where we will talk about conscious conception and its powerful ability to mold and shape the world into a more peaceful, loving environment for our future generations. I truly believe that every woman and man has the ability to join together to consciously call in a spirit from the celestial realms. The mother is a beautiful portal and connection, a passageway between this physical reality and the spirit realms. In this way, her womb serves as the first sacred space that the spirit of the child is introduced to as it begins to grow and prepare for coming into this life. The womb space is the sacred center of the female body that holds our connection to our creative power, our sensuality, and our sexuality as women. It's also where our life force energy is held, and it's as well where layers of ancestral shame, trauma, and memories that don't serve us can be held and stored in the deep muscles of the pelvic floor. In the 9-month incubation period, where the child and mother, the mother-baby, are one, and the child is feeding off of the energy that the mother offers it, the child begins to see its first views of life and experience its first touch, first sounds through the filters of experience that the mother has had. Because of this, our ability to impact our children and our future generations based on our past experiences and our connections to our self-worth, to our wants, to our needs, to our liberated sexual energy, or to our ancestral shame, has the ability to not only impact the way that our children see life, but also has the ability and the capacity to encode our children's DNA with these experiences. For me and my work with birth and women, one of the most beautiful things that I see is the radiant, unconditional love that passes between a mother and a child from the moment of conception throughout life. My own mother says that motherhood is like watching and feeling your heart beat outside your chest. So if we can honor this beautiful process of the woman and her connection to the baby, we have the opportunity to deeply heal the emotional, physical, and spiritual wounds that rest within society today. The birth space is such a powerful place to encode the child and imprint the experiences that they're going to have in their later life. There's 2 different accesses that the child can be introduced to while incubating in the sacred space of the womb. The first one is the adrenaline, or access of fear. This access is utilized and stimulated when the mother is in a state of sympathetic nervous system stimulation. What this looks like when the mother is stressed or feeling the projection of fear that many women experience once they conceive or think about conceiving or moving into their process of birth, what can happen is that the adrenal glands, which are 2 walnut-shaped glands on top of the kidneys located on the backside of the body, these glands will start to produce adrenaline and cortisol. Adrenaline and cortisol are fear-based hormones that help us to survive when we are in stressful situations, but in our modern society, they're completely out of control because we have so many messages that are trying to influence us to become more fearful. What can happen, because the mother and the baby are so intimately connected, if the mother is in a constant state of stress, is she can begin to pull on the adrenaline glands of her developing baby to use the stress hormones that the child is going to produce to feed her own need for the stress hormones in her body so that she can keep reacting and keep surviving from whatever experience or messages are coming from her outside environment. because of this, babies who experience hyper-stressed environments in utero have enlarged adrenal glands and are often much more hypersensitive to stressors in their later life. Every woman during her pregnancy experiences stress. It is a part of life. Know that if you are pregnant right now, or if you're thinking of being pregnant, you will experience stress, and I'm sure you have before. Just because you're experiencing this stress doesn't mean that it's going to damn your child into having a hyper-stressed environment in their later life. One way to help heal and connect on a deeper level with your baby is to begin connecting and talking to your baby, letting the child know that it's not them, that you are having this experience because you're in your embodied humanness, and that you can experience messy, dirty, stressful situations and still love the child with all of your heart if that is true to you. The other environment that we have in the womb is called the oxytocin or love environment. Oxytocin and prolactin are both love hormones that help us to feel more nourished and open to receive and giving nurturing in this life. They help to balance the stress hormones, adrenaline and cortisol, and help to open us up to the possibilities of abundant grace that this world has to give us. Oxytocin is so important not only while the child is developing in the womb, but also for the process of birth, because oxytocin is the hormone that stimulates and signals the uterus to contract during the process of transition when the baby is brought into this life. Oxytocin is released in such large amounts during the first hour of birth so that the mother and baby can connect while breastfeeding, so that the baby also gets the beautiful supply of oxytocin and prolactin, and essentially the mother-baby fall in love. The world melts away and everything seems magical. This first hour of life is so incredibly important for the mother and child's emotional connection that will continue to grow and blossom throughout the life of the mother and the child. The process of conscious conception is a path that will bring you into deeper connection with yourself, your purpose, and your partner as well. These sacred practices of ritual, ceremony, preconception cleansing, prenatal yoga, and all of these other aspects that can help you to ease into the beautiful process of conceiving consciously will also connect you deeper with what it is you're meant to share in this world, whether that be a child or whether that be a creative project that the world is asking you to release from your heart. As women, we are hearing the call to step into ourselves fully and to hold powerful, potent, shameless space for our sisters as they transition into becoming mothers and bringing in these beautiful spirits who are coming here to heal, nurture, and love the world so that it may transform into this beautiful utopia of peace that we're all envisioning together. Know that if you are thinking of becoming a mother, if you feel the call, it is your right to be loved and fiercely advocated for in your decisions. Know that you are worthy of making the decisions that serve you and your child, and that you are supported in listening to the deepest, wildest rhythm of your heart to guide you along this path that you have walked for generations. I'm so grateful to get to share my passion for conception with you, because I truly believe that this is the way that we heal the world. Instead of working backwards from when we're adults to the powerful process of birth, we can begin by ushering in these beautiful souls in the most respectful, honorable, and shameless way possible. This is the way that we join together to heal the world, my sisters. This is the way that we change lives. This is the way that we deeply transform ourselves. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to share more with you about the power of conscious conception.